So a few videos ago, I made a couple videos with Bob from SAI Stone. They're one of the largest bluestone importers in Victoria and Australia, and they're one of 5 Melbourne City Council approved bluestone suppliers. And since I started making content, I've been telling him, hammering him, Bob, you need to start making content. And every time I talk to him about it, he gets pretty hyped up, he agrees, but he hasn't done anything. Or he might say to me, oh, I want to get this corporate video done or something. I'm just like, Bob, you're kind of missing the point. I was in a meeting with him just earlier this week, and he told me that he's going to Vietnam again on another work trip. They're actually doing a big job for Deakin University. It's like 17 containers of bluestone or something. So he's going over to Vietnam to do some quality control. So I said, Bob, you've got to film this. You've got to go to Vietnam and you've got to vlog everything. You've got to show the people, you've got to connect with the people and show them what you're doing over there. So like what any good friend would do, to encourage him, I bought him some camera gear. I got him a camera, a couple of SD cards, a battery, and that's for me. The reason why I bought him a camera is I could say to him, Bob, you need to buy this camera, you need to buy that camera. But I think if I did that to him, if I said that to him, I don't think he'd actually do it. So by me buying the camera for him, that sort of gives him a bit of motivation because he can't let me down, right? I'm gonna open this all up, learn how it all works, play around with it, and then tomorrow we'll go down and see him and teach him how to use this thing. Lighting. Sound has a built-in microphone. The video setting?
Video setting?
Yeah, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So normally we just record everything 25p full HD. That means we're recording at 25 frames a second. Now if you want to get slow motion shots, you record at 50p. ND, it's got a built-in neutral density filter. Don't worry about file management on the camera. Most important thing. The most important thing is just telling the story of your trip.
Very exciting, mate. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's tell the people, what are you going to be doing? Why are we getting this camera, Bob?
Guys, I've been, thanks to Charlie to push me heavily. The reason why I'll get this camera is we want to make some content, what do we call?
Videos.
Video for our story at work. We actually got a lot of content we can tell. So we're not just a boring stone supplier. We actually have a lot of story we like to share. People, why we do stone, what's our stone different, what's going on in terms of supplier, market, customers. I guess we have a lot of story we want to share with everyone, not just a 6x3, 5x5, how much is it? We really want to and keen to share with everyone a bit of a story behind the things. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very, very interesting. I will start the first trip by using this camera for my trip to Vietnam, and plus I will go to Hangzhou, which is China, for a few days. Another exciting thing is I will take my dad with me as my PA.
You guys should watch that video I did with Bob. Just skim through it, don't watch the whole thing if you don't want to. He's got a really cool operation here, and there's just, like you said, there's a lot of stories to tell. There's a lot of things to talk about. You know, he's got great people, great clients, great product. Show us the supply chain, or send a newsletter to your people or something. Just do something at least, because there's so much here to be documented and to make content about. But he just hasn't been doing it. So that's why I think it's really, really good that he's starting to do it now. The other thing I want to ask you is, a lot of people struggle with content, including myself. I struggle to think about, what I'm going to make. You've got so much here to document. So what's stopping you, or what stopped you from doing it?
Well, no, I just never thought about it. Probably like most of the people, work or life is more a routine thing. You come 9 to 5, never thought about you can share the story behind things. That's probably, if you don't, not everyone feel comfortable in front of a camera, I guess that's another reason.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. I feel the same, but I do, again, I've been pushed by this dude. I really want to give it a go. Another reason, I guess, is a lot of information is probably classified as a confidential. Sensitive. Example, the quarry I'm about to go to, the person I'm going to contact with. For normal people, it doesn't really matter, but for my competitors, that's probably something sensitive. However, I give a second thought. I go, end of the day, it is important, but I still like to share the content, the story behind things. So I don't believe whether I will be suffer or have a problem if I, for purposely or accidentally, exposed as information, because end of the day, the world is flat.
The world is not flat, Bob.
So everyone can get the information nowadays that easy. It's not funny. It's how you really deal with people.
Yeah, because I can understand your concern about, you know, I know you work very hard to find the quarries and find the suppliers and create these relationships, and it's not something that everyone can do, and it's something that perhaps your competitors struggle to do. So as a business owner, you don't want to give that up. Why would you want to give up your competitive advantage? For you, you're saying you also see the value in sharing and connecting with the people, maybe not giving up all that information, but giving up some of it because it will help you create the story and connect with the audience.
Yep.
And ultimately, you're confident in your ability to operate the business and compete and still come out on top.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how much revenue are we going to be doing at SAI, across SAI and Ocean?
Together with Ocean, altogether will be 8 to 9 mil.
Yeah. So you don't get to $8 to $9 million of primarily bluestone sales without being, you know, decent operators. So
I'm very excited, and let's get start.
Yeah.
And today I will take the camera home and give it a try, give it a few tries.
very important though. Where can people follow you? Like, where can they see this content? Tell them your Instagram name.
No, SAI Stone.
It's SAI Stone Melbourne.
SAI Stone Melbourne, yes.
See,
SAI Stone.
this guy's so checked out of social media, he doesn't even know his company's social media handle. But I'll post it here.
Okay.
And so go follow it. I know there's not much content on there right now, but Bob's gonna start being active on there. You know, why don't you start being active before the trip even?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
He's gonna go on his trip, come back with a bunch of footage. I'm gonna go through it, edit some videos for him, and release it throughout his content streams. So stay tuned, look out for it. And if you're in the construction industry and you want to make content, just do it. I think you've got really nothing to lose. If you look back 5 months ago to a video that I made versus something I've made recently, you can see like it's a massive difference. You'll be able to do it. And who cares what other people think?
Exactly.
That was terrible.
All right, great.
Peace.